go up to through Anchorage to the Glen Highway, and then out the Glen Highway there's a campground near Chickaloo we're going to stay at, and then we'll be at Tangle Lakes up on the Denali Highway near the Richardson Highway, and we'll stay there a night, and then we're going to go across the Denali Highway to the Parks Highway, and I guess there's several places there to stop and view birds. She's worried I'm bored, but I've downloaded books to that I'll be bored while she's watching for birds, but I've downloaded books to my phone so I can read a book if I'm bored. And then she's going on up to Fairbanks. I'm going back here because I have a doctor's appointment next week that I need to get back for. So I'm really hoping we get past the rain, and I know there's some beautiful country along our route, so hopefully we can enjoy it. I'll keep you posted. Well, I'm on the Glen Highway heading for Glen Allen. It rained last night, it's raining today, but I hear that you can't always trust the weather reports, but they say it's supposed to be partly sunny or partly cloudy when we get up to the Denali Highway, so I'm hoping that's true. I know that everything's nice and green because of all this rain, and our fire danger's low, although Fritz Creek General Store burned down last night. That's been a touchstone of the Homer area for many, many years, so I'm sorry to hear that. Also, we get excellent food there, so that's too bad. Tonight we're meeting up. Lonnie had some bird watching to do, so last night we slept at the Hope Turnoff. Tonight we're going to, we're meeting up at the Sheep Mountain Lodge, and then deciding where we're going to go from there. There's some really pretty places along the Glen Allen Highway. It's just whether or not, how tired we are and whether or not there's spots for us. So we'll keep on going, but every now and then you get a glimpse of the beautiful mountains, so that's always good. Trying to leave you with a glimpse of the mountain. But the Matanuska Glacier is also along here, and that's always a sight to see. But driving in the rain. Here's some mountains coming up. Big one, probably out of the frame. slept in a turnoff near, on the road to Lake Louise. And we didn't go all the way to Lake Louise, but there was a nice turnoff, had a little bit of a slant, but that was all right. And it looked out over some small lakes. And so we saw lots of birds, and it was very pleasant. There was a breeze, there was lots of mosquitoes, but there was enough of a breeze to make it tolerable. So Lonnie and I spent the night there, which was very pleasant, except I had a little tent that goes to the side of your car, and it gave me a little privacy for changing clothes and go to the bathroom. But the wind came at a different direction, and I had to, in the middle of the night, about 3 o'clock, I had to get up and take that down. But that's all right. So today we're going to Tangle Lakes as our destination. So first we'll get to Glen Allen, and it got really hot yesterday. The sun finally arrived, and last night when I went to bed, I had the windows down and the screens on, but still when I went to bed it was 90 degrees in the car. So that took a little while before sleep could come, but other than that, it was a very pleasant night. So we lucked out. The rain seems to have stopped. It might come back, but for now we've got sunny skies and lots of road ahead. It's beautiful on the Denali Highway, and we might go to Breshcana. She's still debating that. We'll see how our time goes. Where my friend Joan, her parents used to have a lodge there and do guided horse tours on horses back into the bush. And I've never been there, so if we go there, that'll be nice just to look on it. I'll put all the stories I've heard about Joan's family and Breshcana into perspective. Anyway, we're on our way. Don't really have cell service. It connected briefly last night, woke me up because I was receiving texts, and I think that was about 5:52, because I looked at one of them was from a work associate somebody I used to work with, and I looked at that and I thought, what the heck, 5:52? And then I realized she sadly is on her way to work. Retirement's so great. Anyway, I'll film when we get closer to Glen Allen. I'm in Glen Allen, and this is, as the sign says, the IGA. And I'm stopped here because in the spring this flooded, and what I noticed about the flood was my friend who filmed driving through here, he was on the road and there was standing water, so you can see it's slightly higher than the IGA is, but I remembered the road being much higher, so I thought for sure the grocery store was flooded, but I think it came up to the foundation, but it didn't really flood the interior. But anyway, this is Glen Allen, and they had a nice flood in the spring, but I noticed most of the houses are built on kind of rises, so maybe it wasn't as bad as I thought it was. This house over here, I don't know what that building is, but it probably had a problem because you can see it's quite a bit lower than the road, and if the road had standing water on it, then they definitely had a problem. Well, I think you can hear the windows are down in the back, and the wind is a little bit strong, but it was sure sunny. I got up to 80 degrees according to my car temperature 40 miles of Paxson, and that's where I turned to go down the Denali Highway. And of course, I got clouds, thick clouds, great clouds overhead, so we'll see what it's like. Last night was a surprise. It was pretty hot. I honestly packed most of my stuff figuring it'd be cold, so I guess if that's what we get, at least I'm prepared. So you can see how much wind there is. No telling if this is going to stop. There's blue skies in the direction the wind's coming from, so maybe it'll pass. My only worry now is I'm going to Tangle Lakes, which is 20 miles down the Denali Highway, and it's Friday. So, as you can see ahead, people are out and about looking for places to camp. So, I'm certainly hoping that we can get a nice campsite. At least one. I think we can share one. That won't be a problem. Lonnie's driving a Subaru and has a bed in the back. So, the two of us could definitely both fit in a Whirlwind RV fits. So, always a surprise, things along here. I'm on the Richardson Highway. Says it's 72, but there's some dark clouds. We'll see what they do. I just wonder how this road feels to tourists. It's pretty narrow, and I drove roads like this a lot when I was in lower 48, but usually they were wide open on either side. So this feels different because there's such thick forest on either side of this road, but it looks like we're coming to something, judging from the signs. Something coming up. I didn't film it, but we drove through a place where there was a lot of granite, where the road went through a granite section. So last summer, I guess, I drove through there, and they were cutting up the granite, and then they laid it along the roads, in the banks of the roads. It's real pretty because it's real pale granite. But here it's just kind of gone a little wild. You see the flowers that we realized were vetch. There's pink ones, but there's an awful lot of purple ones. I took some pictures earlier, so you probably already saw those. Before Glen Allen, they were really clearly lining the road. Here it's just sporadic. So I'm on Denali Highway. Denali National Park is 164 miles away, but Tangle Lakes is only 24. I think that's what it said. I also passed a sign that says no road maintenance, although there's, looks like current tarring was done. I know they do minimal maintenance here. I don't know how long ago the road was graded. Everybody tells me that makes an enormous difference. After Tangle Lakes, there's no pavement. So, another adventure. One of the things you notice when you're driving on this part of the country, it's that the trees aren't very tall. They have to deal with a lot of cold and a lot of wind up here, so everything's more shrub-like than tall trees. And this, I'm filming this on the 7th or 8th of July. And you might have noticed there's patches of snow. We just went by. Lots of lakes, water accumulates in the low spots, so this is a haven for migrating birds, and that's what my friend Lonnie knows a lot about, so she's pretty excited. She thinks I'll be bored, but I'll be okay. But here's an example of the snow that's still here. When I went through Glen Allen, I just have a little tiny cooler with me because I thought it would be pretty cool and I wouldn't have to worry about it. But they had no ice, so I thought, well, there'll be snow up here. I can gather some snow and put it in. I have some baggies. I got some produce that would be best kept cool, and some milk and some hamburger. So tonight I will definitely be cooking up the hamburger because, as you all know, it lasts longer cooked than it does raw. But like I say, I may not have